Hello guys, I figured out that I use like 20% of the gigabytes if I start with the screen recorder and then I just switch to camera but don't actually record with the camera. So there's some advice for you guys, because I used to stand outside for like an hour uploading some of these videos on, not even half decent Wi-Fi some days. And it'd be like 2 gig video, take, half an hour to upload or 40 minutes or something. And then I figured out, these screen recordings, every time I just press the screen recording, it's like, a couple of 100 megabytes. So it cuts it to like 20% or something. Right. So look, and you can even see me now if I switch the camera. Hello everyone. Right, I don't want to do on my face, but because it distracts me looking at me. Right. Sorry. I don't know, some people want to see you. So this video, I just like, as you can see, I'm like sweaty. I just went for a ride to town, changed some Uruguayan pesos to Argentina pesos. Yes, that's trivial. That's not part of the video at all. But I was in the exchange shop, the Abitab, like the Cambio, and not only... Right, first I'll just say this video is called, what was I going to call it? Fake spiritual, spiritless humans. Obviously organic portals. Human prison bars, NPCs, whatever you want to call them, but we are talking about generally the same thing. Now we can separate those terminologies. If they're an organic portal, they will necessarily for sure be a human prison bar and act in such a fashion. We'll talk about that more one day from my perspective. And it's not necessarily the reverse, because if they're a human prison bar and acting like that to you, they may just be a sleepy soul. Do you understand? So if they're a human prison bar, they're not necessarily an organic portal. They may still be a soul human, just super asleep, very inured to the system, you see? So that's why HPB is a little bit of an upgrade add-on, but it's not like as complete a terminology as the original idea of the moniker of organic portal. Then there's the NPC idea. Now I have a whole video that I have to edit, and it's on my computer, so I'm going to get a new computer now. I can't fix it. That's coming soon, so I've got like 200 videos still saved on that old computer. And there was a video, properly defining NPC, non-player character. What does this mean? Because, we discuss things to exchange meaning. We don't just babble uselessly just for fun. That's what organic portals do. They have these ridiculous conversations, it's over nothing, no conclusions are reached, it's mundane, it's just like crap conversation, it's babble. There's never meaning exchanged. So that's another identification tool to help you identify organic portals. How much they babble without meaning, right? So that's why you, as a soul-spirited, eternal spirit human, you need to be very focused with your words. You need to become more and more impeccable, not say, it doesn't matter. And, I understand the whole thing of taking things a little bit more relaxed and not taking things too seriously. But, hey, I don't agree with that philosophy. You're here on Philosopher's Stone Tube. I think we do need to be serious because they are not. Now, that doesn't mean not being blissful. You can be blissful and still be serious. Yeah, okay, you need a little bit of break and we vacillate. I'm not saying 100% of the time you're just, stuck in a book or some super serious person. I also joke around and have fun, right? But my point is, they're the ones who are just always on that level. They're never serious about it. They don't care about the world dying, blah, 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 etc. Right? We're the ones that have to enter the meaning. They're the meaningless ones, the spiritless humans. Anyway, so back to what I was saying. The NPC definition really is what it says, if you're a player character or are you not. So you can be a soul human and just have forfeited yourself to the system, given up your life purpose, your magnus opus focus, and just gone, oh, stuff it, that's too difficult. And that's what they want. They want it to be difficult. That's why they have all the meaningless tasks you got to take care of endlessly all day. And that's why I welcome the robots, not as overlords, but as helpers and servants to do monotonous tasks. So, I don't have to cook the dinner. I can be reading or writing, creating my manuscripts of humanity great work or something, or writing a book, that will live forever. Do you see what I'm saying? So, are you a player? Will you be saved in the universe or not? You see, that's the proper defining of NPC. Its true meaning, if you look at it, does not necessarily mean that you're an organic portal. It just means you're a non-player character. You can be a soul and decide not to play. Make no winning moves for yourself. Give yourself over completely. Right? So I just wanted to tease those three definitions apart, because no, they're not exactly equal. And, it's our job as spirited humans and souled humans, whatever you want to call us, to get things right and do it this way, because we're the forward vectors. And you'll find the more you do this, the more the universe will empower you. Okay? If you don't trust me, just try it for yourself. But pay attention to what I just said. If you work for the universe, it begins to work for you. I might say it like that. Right, anyway. So I feel it's important to divide and tease up and tear up and differentiate, because that's why we speak. We don't just speak uselessly. That's what organic portals do. We speak to exchange meaning. So I wanted to separate the meaning there, because there's different meaning between human prison bars, organic portal, and NPC, right? It's not just you generalize the three. They do have different meanings involved, okay? Right, anyway, so what was I calling this? This video is called Fake Spiritual, so like fake woke, but I don't want to take someone else's video title, so Fake Spiritual, Spiritless, Organic Portal Humans, And the reason I got this idea was from the Cambio this morning, the Abitab I just came back from to exchange the pesos. And okay, now the anecdotal story, the anecdotal evidence. Yeah, I'm sorry. I think this is the last time I don't take my phone with me. It's just sometimes I want to be lighter and quicker, and I don't take my bag with phone and wallet and stuff. I just took like the money in my back pocket. But I think I'm learning my lesson. I gotta learn the lesson today, Ben. Learn the lesson. Learn, Ben, learn. Well, I keep missing really good footage because I don't take my phone, and it's as if the hive mind definitely, this is my opinion, but look for yourself, the hive mind definitely predicts this. It's as if it's aware somehow of this. And I have kind of discussed this in a video, Matrix Hive Mind 3, about a year and a half ago. Somehow when you are on the field, your emotions, I think, can be read and felt by the morphogenic field of our species, you see. And thus the hive mind, which is just generally the morphogenic field in a corrupted state, and I've talked about this endlessly in many videos. I'm not going to go over it again. They were a stabilization functionality, and now it's, a blocking action, the organic portals. That's why people call them human prison bars as well. Because you notice when you're in a prison, I've never been, but you're locked in. Anyway, so what was I saying? What was I saying? Oh yeah, it's as if the hive mind picks this up. When I don't have my camera, it does something like an organic portal will suddenly act very organic portal to me. And I always kill myself in the moment. I'm like, you idiot, you did it again. I didn't take my phone. I could have just easily got this footage. And anyway, So all I can do is tell you about it. So anyway, and I'm sorry. I'm hanging my head in shame. Sorry, subscribers. Please still press the like button. I know I'm laughing, but it's serious too, because I've got to stop not taking my phone. I keep missing really good footage. It's been like a year of this now, and I'm certain that this is happening. That's why I said it's my opinion, but I am sure, because it just keeps happening over and over again. I mean, how long does it take me to learn, you know? Right, because that's the organic portal. They are the ones that just don't seem to learn this kind of stuff. Right, so what happened was, the anecdotal evidence, sorry, I don't have the footage, but I walked into the exchange. There's a specific slot where you exchange like the specific peso, like the Argentino peso. The other slots appear to be for something else, because in the other cambio, I went to 2 of them. In the other one, the same thing happens. You have to go to a specific like window, and I know the window in this one, so I see the lady who's being served walk away, and the checkout chick, or whatever you want to call her, the service attendant, she's there and immediately sort of turns away, but she's not doing anything. Look at my finger. That means take note. So she turned away as I'm walking over. Like, this was in sync, because I immediately, stepped in. I only had to take 2 steps. As the other lady walked away from the window, finished their interaction, I walk up, and the service lady behind the window sort of turns around and walks a couple of steps the other way. But that's all she did. She didn't go anywhere. She didn't have a job to do. And I'm like, oh, okay, that's already interesting, right? The organic portal ignoring you, trying to make you feel like you're invisible and inferior. And like, this is oh, I'm going to get it. Ostracization. Oh my God, 5 times. This is an ostracization of, the souled humans. I've talked about this before. Organic portals like to ostracize you and like outcast you and like leave you out of things and stuff like that to make you, what it does is it lowers your spirits. Do you see it? Spiritless humans lower your spirits. So this is what they're attempting to do with that. I felt it briefly. I went, oh no, I'm not going to feel that feeling for you. Felt it for like 1 second, realized what was going on, went, nope. And, so I'm standing there now. She turns back around, sees me, turns back around again. I'm at the window now. She turns back around again. Now, this is going to make some funny sense in a minute. She turns back around again. So I'm at the window at this point. She turns around, sees me there. We're only like, I don't know, a meter or 2 away. It's like she's from here to the tree away. She can see me. Do you get it? Oh, they're ridiculous. So it's like she's trying to make me feel like I'm nobody. Do you understand? Okay. Because that's what they want to do to you, because they're non-player characters. It's a type of unconscious mechanism that they do, right? So I've taught you another thing. Press the like button, please. So at this point, she looks back at me. So she walks a few steps as I walk over to the window. I'm at the window now. It's here, right? She turns back around, sees me, dawdles like a step over, and turns around again. Like I'm not there. I'm like, am I meant to put my head through the window, or... So at this point I knew, oh yeah, it clicked. Here we have an organic portal for sure. Yeah, that's how quick sometimes you can know. Not all the time, but in this situation, follow along, and I think you'll agree. Right, so I'm invisible at this point. I don't exist. And so then she literally looks at me, dawdle, and I'm at the window waiting for service. This is all you have to do for the service attendant to attend you. My God. Anyway, so she turns the other way, dawdles like another step or 2 the other way, and I'm thinking, I'm about to like crack on the window and knock on the window and go, excuse me, I'm here. Fuck. And then she turns back around again, and I think this time, I think she either came back another 3 steps and then didn't say anything. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what happened. So she comes like back near the window, like walks back over, like, so we're almost bloody face to face at this point. And she's like not looking at me. But she's seen me already. I'm there. She knows I'm there. And at this point, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I don't know, like 10 seconds in, my brain, or, I'm really just going, okay, this is definitely a hive mind attack and organic portal situation. I'm just going to see what happens. I want to see how long it takes her to see me right in front of her when she's already seen me. And seen me approaching the window. And then once I approach, seen me at the window, like 2 meters away, looking at me, turns back around. I'm like, But then, at this point, 8, 10 seconds in, when she comes back for the third, like, turn around, I thought, oh, here she comes. And then she doesn't look at me, kind of like looks at the computer, I think. And the computer's like here, like half a meter, like 30 centimeters from me. So at this point, she's like 40 centimeters away, and I'm through a window that's glass and you can see. So do you see how ridiculous they are? So at that point, I didn't do anything. I was about to crack on the window after the second turnaround, but when this part happened, like 10 seconds into it, the third, turn around back towards me, I went, all right, I'm just going to do nothing. I'm going to keep my cool, and I'm going to see what happens. Just because this is an amusing situation, I've got another 30 seconds to waste. Let's see what happens. And then I'm pretty sure, I'm standing there, and then, I have energy coming through me, and suddenly she sees me. Suddenly I appear. She's right there. She didn't do anything on the computer. It was like a 1 second, like, take the screensaver off move, check the time or something. And then another few seconds, and then she sees me. So like 4 sort of position moves later, I'm like, what the F? Right? At this point, I'm just, going, okay, scan, let's learn more, scan this person, let's see if there's anything else more to learn, any more confirmations that it's an organic portal, soulless, spiritless human. Oh, okay. Massive fat belly, definitely inhabited by parasites, which takes your mind away and puts their mind in place of your mind. By the way, that's why fatness is not amazing, because it's not you. It's not your cells. Anyway, so at that point I'm scanning her. All right, yep, the typical fat disgustingness. And then the shirt reads like a Hamza hand, the Hamza hand. And then mindfulness. Enter the laughing that people put in like comedy shows, like that Friends show. Enter that here. What the hell? So, I read the shirt, Hamza hand, mindfulness. On her, like, full-on rolls, like rolly fat belly. And I'm like, right. Oh, you are so mindful. You just could not see me when I'm right in front of you. And you're meant to do your job and attend the window as an attendant. The other 3 ladies, they're attending their window. One of them even looked. One of them was a soul human and sort of looked like weird. Like the blonde, there was like another blonde lady at another window attending someone else. And she looked at the situation, I think the 3rd time. And I think that plus my energy raising made the organic portal attendant that was attending me, like, face the situation and not pretend that I'm invisible. So, and then I read, so there was a soul lady who looked at the situation weird. I could see, just in one glance, I could see, oh, that's a soul lady. I could see what was happening. She looked as well, like me, like weirded out. What's going on? Why isn't she servicing this guy who's standing at the window? And I'm there, telepathically, instantly communicate back to her. Yeah, I know. Anyway, so then, I look at the shirt. Hey, has a ham's a hand. And, as she starts talking to me and serving me, and it says mindfulness, I rest my case. Really? I rest my case. Well, that's, my friends, the perfect example. I don't know, maybe you can come up with an equally perfect example, but I think this is a fantastic, perfect example of a spiritless human being a fake woke, like being spiritual, but not actually spirited and spiritual. See, they'll wear the clothes, they'll buy the equipment, but that doesn't mean they're spiritual. It's the same with people that do yoga. They're not necessarily a spiritual person. Remember all the yoga teachers that came about during 2012? Suddenly, every second girl was a yoga instructor. I remember. It's the same thing. It's impossible that they're all soul humans, trust me. Right, so I thought this was the perfect example. I think I can rest my case. I was invisible to her. She was not mindful, hence. And she has a mindfulness t-shirt on, which is like a spiritual t-shirt wear. A spiritual wear, but that's like poxy spiritual stuff. I would never wear that. I would not wear a shirt with a hamza saying mindfulness. I'm not saying if you wear that you're necessarily an organic portal, but there's a super duper chance. Because I've seen some guys wear it in the past, like veganic style people, and now that I think of it, a few of those people, I just remember this one guy, he was also an organic portal wearing the same shirt with a hamza and it says mindfulness under it. I don't know who makes that. Is that like shirts or something? Is the brand? I'm not sure, but it's not the brand necessarily, it's the people wearing that. That is so poxy spiritual. Mindfulness, yeah, okay, but why wear that as a shirt? I mean, okay, yeah, maybe do your thing, but I don't want to make this video about that one shirt. It should be more about the example I gave. So this girl was not mindful and she had a mindfulness shirt on, Anyway, I think that's I'll rest my case, Judge. That's a perfect example of a spiritless, fake woke spiritual person or organic portal.